The market is doing a lot of things. You see positive news, you see a lot of adoption, you see recovery, you get to see a lot of different things happening in the market on a daily basis. But you also get to see what the regulators are thinking about. These are really interesting because the way CZ actually presented, it's a little bit like a joke, but look at what is happening, right? And then if you are in XRP, people always ask this doubt: are we going to die, or are we going $10,000, $50,000? You literally have the answers. There is no doubt in it. This is the entire market cap. And what you are looking at here is that it took 399 days to top out, and it did 13x. So that's the market, right? In that time frame, XRP kind of reached the same time horizon and a little bit better ROI. So if you are worried about whether XRP is going to do well, this is your answer. You're going to get better than average return in the entire crypto market. Now this is with the SEC coming in here. If not, you would have had much better ROI. Now, why is that? Now we are removing the entire Bitcoin from this thing, and you're looking at the altcoin space. And then you see the average for the altcoins is 22x, and XRP did underperform. Great. But it took 427 days to reach there, and XRP reached the top by 399 days. So we started a little bit late, and as usual, we pumped a little bit harder after the SEC, right? That issue was still there. But right now, even if you compare this one, you basically can say either we are getting close to what the average market return is going to be, or we're going even higher. Because when you compare it with dollar to see what's happening, dollar corrected back down. By that time, XRP went up. So with 13% correction in dollar, XRP here did a 18x. So right now we are looking at the entire corrective force for the dollar. First, you can say, okay, it's going to be somewhere close to 11 or 12, 13% in correction. Great, that's your support. So if that's the case, you first need to ask this question to yourself. Did you actually happen to see all this bull run in XRP when dollar was already halfway through? No. That's why we need to actually break this down in a way you understand what to look for. Because if you are in the market, a lot of people are going to give you 10,000, 50,000 and all those targets. But you need to be a little bit realistic and think through what's possible. This is the scientific investor family, where the normal retail guys learn how to become the next top 10%. Now, inside this market, you will see a lot of different perspective, right? Everyone has their own opinion. Here, this individual is actually, now, this is a big guy actually, right, in the space. So when you see this guy asking you, how is it Doge is 2x the size of Solana? And I'm like, okay, I'm just looking at this for future reference. This is Solana, right? And this is Doge. And I'm like, anyone who has taken time to look at the chart on the macro, understand this is a long bullish candle on a weekly breaking through a long consolidation pattern. This is your continuation pattern. You got that. Now you are retesting that level, and the market, as it reverses, this is going to get momentum. Now, this was posted a little bit back. You can actually see that. And right now, when you go into the market, this is what you look at if you are looking for the best performing coins of the day. Doge is already moving up. And look at the volume there. It does not have anything to do with Solana, because if you are going to look for Solana, its volume, you will be surprised. And then technicals, right? If this is a signal, then you really don't want to go against it, right? If you observe something which shows you bullish stuff, you need to stay bullish, or you need to stay away from it without going against it. Now, yes, in the market, you see a lot of positive news. You see a lot happening with different assets, which also has similar fundamentals, right? So we are not saying only XRP will be there. one asset which survives. We are saying Interledger protocol will connect almost every network to XRP ledger, and other networks will also exist for sure. If central banks are working with Hedera Hashgraph, XLM, they are not going to just come onto this one. But when they need to communicate with each other, they will be on one platform. And that infrastructure most likely will be from Interledger protocol and getting connected with XRP ledger. So yes, now we previously had November 21st to skyrocket, right? But we are going back to look at the price and we are here. We did not skyrocket. Okay, we are still here. We are waiting to see how this evolves. Now, the next one here is to look at this one. Now, in this one, I think there is something, right? There is something, because if they really did not give Ripple this details even after the court hammering them for 6 times, there is something which they really have to hide, or which they really tried to hide. And now, if it's going public by this date, keeping the, that critical guy outside, I think that's a normal question to ask. So will they settle it before that? And for the settlement, Brad Garlinghouse has already given the clear idea that he will only settle if there is clarity for XRP. Now, the general market is slow, but these kind of news is positive. And you literally can see market behaving positively. Not all the assets are turning positive. You also see a lot of assets which are in red, but some of them are not dropping heavily. They are, fluctuating. 3% up, 5% down, 5% up, 3% down. They are not dropping. So you need to actually keep your eyes on those assets, right? For the dollar, if you are dropping, you also have to see the stock market, what it's doing. It's trending higher, it's good. If not, it's going to be bad. Say, for example, Tesla did a run up recently. So if you are here looking at that and with proper clarity, you will say like, okay, that was not a big run up. It actually did break this level. Now it's going to retest that one. If we don't break that back up, you are coming back down. So you get the real perspective. That's why we use charts to get the right idea. Now, you can use XRP in different time frames and ask the question like, okay, what are we really doing? Because there is an interesting fact when you look at XRP chart in different time horizons. Say, for example, when it's me personally looking at XRP on, say, a 4-hour chart and on a weekly, I personally think like there is a lot of price action and patterns, which is interesting. Because the way you see how price action is dealing here does show you something similar. We dropped heavily. Great, we dropped heavily. But we are bouncing through an area which is a resistance for some time. And if we manage to break that level, now this volatility here is due to SEC. If not, we would have, now it's like a speculation from my end, but we would have got this as support and bounced back up with a new high than $2 mark, maybe $3, who knows. So right now, if you are here, you can put that argument that yes, this was a level of resistance. We broke that one. Right now, we are trying to retest that. So if the retest is positive, we are going to see it testing 0.44. But when you go on, now this is where it gets interesting, where you zoom in, and look at this, you are like, okay, it's a little bit slow right now. You are actually observing a pattern which you can even say a head and shoulder pattern, not the proper textbook head and shoulder, but on a rising trend line. So if you are getting rejected before this high, or in other words, you're not making a new high, you are going to get rejected and come back down. So the next question would be how low if that happens. Now that's on an hourly chart. So you are not looking for a 50% downside. You are looking for like 6% to the downside. That's 0.38. Now it does make sense. Like that was a level of support and resistance for a long time. So that is not going to hurt you. But what is going to hurt you is your thought process. If you definitely believe that this asset is going 10,000 and you really don't want to sell any of it, when it is at $10, $15, $20, $30, what if it corrects back down? Remember, you go look at gold. You know the history of gold, right? How things happened. Now, why is that really interesting? Because if you are that guy saying, okay, there is a lot happening, governments can do this, they have done this exactly the same thing in the past, right? They limited the retail guys, they put in a new price. I agree, all those stuff. But this is a monthly chart in which you get a lot of correction. So you go all the way back to 1970s to actually see Nixon taking gold standard out. So the dollar came out from the gold standard here, 1971, and things changed. It went up. So now my question is, it also did drop 50%. So if gold will drop 50% and a lot of retailers could not hold it, what do you think is going to happen with XRP? It's also going to drop. Now, will it turn into a bubble? For sure. That's how the market works. That's how the market psychology works. It will become a bubble, and that's when we need to sell. And how do you identify this? It's clear wave structure here. You got first correction here, which retested the previous bottom where you started from. Now, it is not a 90% correction, but for this particular pattern, you reached back to the same. So it's wave 1, wave 2, and your wave 3. So if you are literally observing this, there is no point in staying there. It's like wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. You take your profit, you move out. Now, is it going to happen by $10 in XRP? Is it going to happen by $10,000? No one actually knows. Clearly, no one knows. If I'm saying I know this, it's going to touch $25, no one knows. I kind of agree on that point. But what's even more important is to give you the realistic idea. Say if you have 100,000 units of XRP, say if you have 10,000 units of XRP. Now, I've seen people literally holding like 5, 10, 15 million XRP. And they do believe in long term. They're not looking for this cycle. They're literally looking for next 5, 10 years. So I'm like, with that amount of XRP, if it goes to a bubble territory, you see $30 in one wave, it's most likely going to drop another 80%. So it's better for you to consider taking some. And then if you want to, you can rebuy and you make more units. Great, you make more ROI. But the real question, which I would really ask all of you, do you really think central banks are going to allow you to trade just XRP to live with, to buy your food and all? The way XRP is designed, it's not designed like that. It is designed as a wholesale asset. Go to Ripple, go to all these XRP white paper. You will get this clearly. I don't know what others say, but this is the reality you need to digest. And if that's the case, and XRP is complementing CBDCs, the real digital currency from governments, now we don't care if it's having value, but it's being pushed. Unless you'll have to fight with them, they're going to roll out the tanks. That's possibly not going to happen. Great. In that case, if the world is not going to end tomorrow and governments, banks, they survive, now you need to spend in whatever fiat currency they are coming out with. So you have a purchase power parity between that. And XRP is an asset which trades in open market. So you will see people buying and selling, and you will see these volatility. Imagine when XRP went up and SEC came in, it dropped. Why do you think it actually went back up? Because the market was going up and a lot of people understood this is only in US. All the other countries are going to adopt it. Great. That's the market behavior. So I would suggest think about your exits, not at 10,000, 50,000, but being frank, look for $10, $20, $30. Make how much unit you have and think about where you're going to exit and will you be happy with it. Say, for example, you take 50% out, buy $20. And if that's enough for you for next 3 to 5 years to do business, to do whatever you want, most likely that's okay. If not, now you'll have to ask, maybe it's 70% which you have to take out. Maybe it's 80%. Now, I'll say don't take 100% out because we don't know where the exact top is going to be. I have seen people taking out completely. not XRP, different assets, and they kept going up. One of the example was Matic. And I remember I was saying, okay, this is $2.3 now, take profits. Now it went to 2.7, I think, before it dropped, but that was a massive run up. There were people who got in the Patreon from 2.5, 2.6 because they happened to see my post when the price was there because they were in a different time horizon, right? So if you are in the market and you are looking for that kind of update, you can look for the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. Now, coming back to XRP, it will also do the same stuff. We literally observe it performing like a normal asset inside this market because you, me, and others who hold this, we are human beings. We are not algorithms, we are not robots. So we have emotions. And imagine when the price is at $20, what will you do? Will you be sitting there saying, I'm going to wait for $10,000? It's up to you. But be realistic and make your exits because that's going to come when no one knows. But you need the patience and you need the courage to hold because it's going to be really hard for you to hold when it's going up. A lot of people can hold when it's going down, but they cannot hold when it is going up. I remember saying, take profit. I think it was like Cardano at $3, 3.03, that kind of stuff. Some did take, but others were like, no, I'm not taking. I think this is going higher. I'm like, okay, it can go higher, but take it here, right? That's what you have to do in the market. So guys, if you received value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button. And if you have 5 more minutes, please do visit the second channel of mine and see if you like the content which is talking about life, success, and wealth creation. So that's it for today, guys. I'll meet you on the next video. Bye-bye.